Everyway Woman is getting fit, and we welcome Alicia from the fitness station in Los Angeles to the show to show us a few tricks you can do at home.
Yep, and all we're using today is a kettlebell. So we're gonna have Joyce start off. We're gonna do 3 quick, easy exercises you can do at home, and it's gonna incorporate your entire...
Before you even get that far, what is a kettlebell?
A kettlebell is basically just a piece of weight, a free weight, and it has a handle on top, which allows you to switch the stability and mobility of your exercises. So with a traditional free weight, the weight is equally distributed on both sides. With the kettlebell, it's kind of on the top, so you can,
Oh, okay.
So, and you can kind of practice using it this way, or you can use it just by swinging it.
Whoa.
So it gives you like a little more flexibility than a standard free weight.
Right.
If I don't have one of those at home, is there something I could use instead?
Yeah, anything weighted is fine. You can use a weighted ball. You can use, I mean, whatever's weighted, you can totally use for any of these 3 exercises we're about to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I can do this at home and not go to the gym.
Oh,
Let me
I know.
just say that. Okay, so step 1, what am I gonna do?
Step 1, we're gonna start her off by standing with her feet hip width apart. Her second and third toe are gonna point straight ahead. She's gonna open up her chest so that her shoulder blades are as far apart as possible. And she's just gonna create a hip movement between her legs and then just swing to come up all the way overhead. So if you go all the way overhead, you're actually incorporating a lot of ab work. So you're getting your rectus abdominis from top to bottom. You're actually getting your, if you can notice from the side angle, her hips are being used, her glutes, her low back, her quads.
This is a total body.
Total body.
So you get legs, bottom, the whole deal.
And it's an explosive exercise. So as she's pressing up, she's exhaling, and she's going to feel this movement in her heart. So her heart rate's going to be going up. She's going to be using those hamstrings, those glutes, those prime movers. And all she has to do is about 10 to 15, 3 rounds or so, and she will definitely feel that tomorrow.
And that's, I mean, saves you from doing separate exercises. That's going to save an incredible amount of time.
Right, exactly. You're putting together more than one thing. And the main part of the main important movement is that hip thrust. So really try to high five the window in front of you, the mirror in front of you, whatever's in front of you with your hips. Yes. So you really want to just squeeze to come up and get that hip thrust in.
What's our next move?
Our next move, we're gonna do a squat to an upright row. And with this one, again, feet are hip width apart. You can go double hip width apart if you wanna get into those inner thigh areas. She's gonna inhale, reach down.
Say that again, double hip?
Double hip width apart. So if you go a little bit wider and turn your toes out, you're actually using your inner thighs when you squat.
That's such a problem area for a
Oh,
lot
I
of
know.
women.
That's where I would wanna go.
Yeah. So she's gonna squat and come up with an explosive movement and bring her elbows up. I call it the cheerleader pose, like, yeah. So she's gonna bring her elbows up, and as you notice, her rib cage is lifted, and this way she's again incorporating her abs and her core. So she's working on stability, core, balance, and strength.
And how many repetitions do we have to do?
Again, 10 to 15, 3 rounds is more than enough for beginners.
Wow.
Yeah. And our third exercise is, we like to call this the traveling deadlifts or suitcase deadlifts. So if you're practicing to go on your trip,
my trip to Paris, can I just use my suitcase for this?
All she has to do is hold on to the kettlebell, and she's gonna imagine putting down that suitcase on the floor, and then again, pop it up, come up to her side.
This is kind of the traditional bend
and snap. There you go, exactly. So what I want her to do is, again, stand with her shoulders hip width apart. She's gonna lead with her rib cage, her chest, and she's gonna slowly inhale as she reaches down, and exhale, pop up with those hips, pushing them forward when she comes up. And as you notice, she's really trying to arch her back as she lowers down, and she should be soft knees, not bend knees, not straight knees, just soft. And you wanna hinge at your hips and reach forward with your upper body.
Now, this isn't the first time I've seen this pose. This is kind of like the bend and snap, right?
Right, from Legally Blonde, there you go. Bend and snap. So yeah, and again, she wants to do about 10 to 15 on each side, and then switch sides. Make sure her belly is drawn into her spine. Make sure her shoulders are squared, because a lot of times when your weight is on one side, you'll find yourself doing this when you should be keeping it squared and pressing forward.
Now, how long in between should your sets?
That's a great question. A lot of people ask me how much of a break they should take or rest period. Honestly, if you're not going that heavy, you don't really need that rest period. The quicker you go from one to the other, the more your heart rate's going up, and the more of a cardio. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. If you feel like you're winded, maybe take 10 to 30 seconds in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for keeping us fit, ladies. And Joyce, you look rockin'. For more tips, visit fitnessstationla.com. We'll be right back with more Everyway Woman.
Oh man.